What's going on, guys? Ki11er Six, and today we got some patch notes, and they are extensive, so I'm going to go over these. This is for Thursday, March the 26th, the day that the second DLC, Guns, Love, and Tentacles comes out. So let's dive into this and cover it all real quick. Alright, so they are adding support for Borderlands 3's new campaign. Obviously, that comes out today. There is a level cap increase. The new max level is 57. Now you're going to be able to hit 2 capstones, so it's going to be really interesting to see what kind of crazy builds we can come up with for that. There are now 3 new Guardian rank skills and Guardian rank increases. So there's some new perks. There's some new advantages to Guardian rank. Now remember, when this goes live, you will have to go into your Guardian rank and activate those ranks. They won't automatically be activated, so make sure you go check those out. There is new campaign add-on game menus that will allow players to start the campaign add-on with an auto-leveled character. That's really cool. So it says you can now immediately jump into new DLC content right from the menu. You start the game with a character that's leveled up to where the DLC content would be unlocked, and you can start right in the new content. That is a very cool feature for anybody that's just brand new to the game, so it's a great time to jump in and test that out. They are addressing memory leaks that occasionally occurred on split screen join/leave. That's great news for all you console players. They're fixing a crash that could sometimes occur when spending a large amount of Guardian tokens. They fixed a crash that could sometimes occur when navigating Crazy Earl's shop. Now onto the performance. They said that there's going to be some optimization improvements and some UI improvements, and I'm hoping to God that that means some menu improvements. Menu improvements are like one of the biggest things right now, so let's hope. All right, into the general. Gear lower. This is a huge one. Brace yourselves for this. Gear lower than level cap will no longer drop when a player and enemy characters are at level cap. So what that means is if you open up a chest, and I know that we've all done this, you open up that chest and your character's level 57 and boom, right there in that chest, you know what you find? You find a perfect parts Lyuda. And you're like, oh baby, this has got the perfect anointment. Everything's right. It's got the element that I want. It's level 56. This has happened to me so many times where I open up a chest and I find a really good drop, but it is a 1 level lower than my level, which is max level. They are now fixing that. You no longer will get things that are level below you. It'll always be on your level. And the same thing as what they're implying with their second thing. When you kill a monster, they will no longer drop something that is under your level as well. I've never experienced that one, I don't think. I think it's always just been the chest for me. They're also adding the ability to start a campaign add-on with auto-level character. We covered that one already, and added support for more Guardian ranks. They're rebalancing game regions from around Act 2 on to better follow the player growth. And it says, based on data and community feedback, we've adjusted the level experiencing post-Act 2 to better ensure that enemies are properly leveled to players as they move into the second half of the game. This change will only impact characters created after this patch is live. So for all of those of you that have characters that are already max level and you've gone through the story, this won't affect you. It only affects brand new playthroughs. All right, address the reported concern. Anointed enemies will not always encase themselves in iridium when dying. Remove status effects from anointed enemies after they crystallize to prevent players from taking damage when shattering the crystal. That's good news. Address reported concern that the beam attack from Graveward's head would occasionally only do a little bit of damage. Oh, so they've buffed Graveward basically. Addressed a reported concern that enemies would sometimes not play their physical death actions if interrupted by animation actions. That's interesting. Addressed an issue where the Mystery Cube and Desolation's Edge would sometimes no longer respawn when reloading the map. Oh, hello. This is interesting. So are they saying that it's supposed to respawn all the time? Okay, that's news to me. But if you haven't already, check out my video on the Mystery Cube. Addressed a reported concern that Pappy and Pappy's Jalopy would sometimes respawn when quitting the game after dying with Pappy's Jalopy during the Feeble and the Furious mission. How do you die during that mission? Anyhow, addressed a reported concern where TDR weapons with sticky part modifiers would sometimes disappear abruptly when bounced off an interactive object. That's interesting. Fixed an issue where Bangarang XL Bullet VFX would sometimes remain on the host screen when thrown. I actually have seen that. That's pretty crazy, so I'm glad that they're fixing that. Change the visuals when looking through the glass bottle scope of some COV assault rifles. Interesting. I can't wait to see what that looks like. Address report concern the Phaserker class mod sometimes displayed temp text. Yeah, I've seen that. They've also nativized micro patches, which means that older hotfixes are now in the game permanently. You no longer have to worry about all the old hotfixes loading when you get to the main menu, so they're now in the game as part of this patch. All right, for the characters, they've addressed a reported concern that the Siren's Find Your Center skill does not grant melee attack speed bonus, fixed a reported concern that the Beastmaster's pet gun would appear to float during cinematic scenes. Darn, I actually kind of like that. Reported concern that Beastmaster's rack attack skill would not gain a charge after getting a critical hit with a head count. That's good. A lot of people have been telling me that head count wasn't working. It's good to see that they fixed that. There are a ton of FX fixes, a ton of UI fixes, a ton of mission fixes. I'm just going to cover a few that I feel like are really important. You guys can read all these at the link down in the description below. So let's jump into these. One of the biggest ones, in my opinion, is that they unlock the jet booster and monster wheel parts for the technical when completing the missions Bluff Drive and Angels and Speed Demons, respectively. This fix is not retroactive, and an upcoming change will patch save games that have previously completed these missions to ensure that the character has these parts unlocked. Into the hotfix notes. Now, there are some hotfixes. These are things that are not a permanent thing. You will have to wait at the main menu for the hotfix applied sign to appear for these things to work. They've addressed a reported concern in Slaughter 3000 that could occasionally occur when dying and respawning. They have also added some hotfixes for guns, love, and tentacles. Now, this could be kind of minor spoilery because there's going to be a few gun names here. So if you don't want to hear any of this, now's your chance to close it out. Still here? All right, cool. They've addressed a concern that creating a new game to skip the add-on content would grant players class mods they were unable to equip. They have fixed some guns already, some brand new guns. The Soul Render, they've changed the chance to spawn skulls. You'll see about that when you play the game. It's pretty interesting. They've also increased its base damage. For the Anarchy, they've corrected the item description in red text to show in the correct area. The red text was at the bottom of the card instead of up where it normally is. So there's no like damage fix to that. That gun is just really good. You'll see my video on that tomorrow. The Old Ridian, they've increased the weapon damage on it. The SF Force, they've increased the weapon damage on it. And the Serial Killer, they've increased the weapon damage on it. Those plus the Soul Render, they all needed damage increases. And I would actually say that there's a couple other guns in this DLC that still need damage increases as well, but we won't get into that in this video. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please take a second and hit that like button. I try to keep it succinct. If you guys want to see any of the stuff that I skimmed over, like UI improvements, mission fixes, it's all going to be in the patch notes, which you can click on the link down in the description below and check that out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.